Steve Austen has been working with dogs for more than 20 years, from search and rescue to quarantine. He's just returned from possibly his biggest training challenge yet, delivering a team of canine detectives to the sub-Antarctic. Tracy Bowden reports.
As his precious cargo is offloaded on its way from ship to shore, Steve Austen is tense. Hanging in the balance is the culmination of 2 years' hard work.
You see this happening, and you know that if I hit the water, they're gone.
After a 1,500-kilometre journey, 12 specially trained dogs from Australia and New Zealand are arriving at their new home in the sub-Antarctic. Stark, wind-blown Macquarie Island.
This has taken a lot of dogs to get here. I mean, what you see now is the end result of probably 40 or 50 or 60 dogs. These dogs are the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
For veteran dog trainer Steve Austen, it was an unusual request. Find and train a group of dogs and their handlers to take part in the final phase of a rabbit eradication program on an isolated island that's a breeding ground for several species of penguin.
We did a lot of non-target work yesterday. We took them up the far end of the beach here, did some king penguin work and some seal work, put the dogs right up near them. That was great. And now we're just running them up on the hills trying to find a few bunnies.
The Tasmanian National Parks and Wildlife Service is carrying out an aerial baiting program in a bid to rid the island of rabbits and rodents. The job of the dogs is to scour the island looking for any rabbits which survive the baiting.
The commands again, 1 pip is sit and stay.
Even on the long voyage south, the dogs' training program is maintained. Now, why have you chosen these particular dogs and what characteristics do they need?
We didn't pick any show line dogs at all. We picked all working line labs and all working line springers. And you probably see the physicality are very different than the normal show dogs. A lot of drive, a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm.
Dog handler and rabbitter Gary Bocock has already developed a soft spot for the smallest member of the team, Tama.
It's a close bond, and there's nothing better to come home to a dog at the end of the night and have a cuddle and a pat.
Yes, good boy.
This project is just the latest in a long line of requests for Steve Austen. He's been in the industry for more than 2 decades and has trained Australia's quarantine inspection dogs, police dogs and search and rescue dogs.
Good boy. She doesn't really care about those penguins at all.
It's clear that the training has paid off. The dogs show no interest in the native wildlife.
We used a lot of chickens at home and a lot of geese and a lot of ducks, and we took them down to the beach with the seagulls and the chips, you know, and did all that sort of stuff. So I'm 100% now after today's work to make sure that they won't hurt any wildlife here.
Yep, good boy. Come on.
Do you think the dogs enjoy it?
Just look at him. Yep, very much so. Yep, that's their reward. That's what they want to do. And, yes, he's enjoying it very much so.
When they're at the Macquarie Island base, the dogs will be housed here in these specially built enclosures.
I would suggest 3 years absolute minimum that dogs will be on the island, and the handlers are changed over every 12 months.
Okay. How about the cold? Will they mind the cold?
They love the cold. They're good dogs. They come from really cold climates. Yeah. They've got beautiful little beds to sleep in.
Yes. As well as the cold, windy conditions, the dogs and their handlers will be dealing with some rugged terrain.
Particularly on the west coast, it's very rugged and very rocky. Very high, very windy, and quite hard work.
Why did you feel attracted to this job? It looks like it could be long, hard hours, cold. What interested you?
I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be fantastic. You know, we're really, really lucky to be here. There's people, maybe there's people we couldn't imagine being here, but there's plenty of people once they see the wildlife and see how beautiful it is, would just crave to be here and spend time here.
I worked Katie up there 3 days ago, and watching her go out in front and search for the rabbits, and then you get to the top and you sit down and you have a rest and you just look over this amazing scenery and out to the ocean, which extends for further and further. It's just absolutely magnificent.
How do you feel about how it's going so far?
I'm very happy with everything that's been achieved so far with the dogs and the handlers. There's a lot of difficult times ahead, obviously. It's not over yet because the word is eradication and it's not control. But certainly on the right step, Trace. So far, 10 out of 10.
The dogs will now remain on the island, ready to start work as soon as the baiting program is finished. But for Steve Austen, it's time to head home and move on to other projects.
The handlers, I'll miss them a little, but the dogs I'll miss a lot. And the sunglasses were kept on when I went and said goodbye to them.
Tracy Bowden reporting.